folks, what is up, and welcome back to another Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer. I'm your host, Zach, joined by our voice actor, Wes.
Hi.
Our actual lawyer, Pridge.
Hello.
And hey, folks, if you can see on the screen here, Edgeworth's checking out our sweet new merch store, which you yourself can go and buy the Anytown, Ohio shirt, or any other shirt, Bible spoiler shirt. We even have a shirt that just says folks in the Ace Attorney objection font. So go check that out. That is shop.savedatateam.com. That is, of course, going to be linked in the description and the pinned comment for this stream. So go check that out. Hey, if you'd like to watch more of this stream, we'd love to have you live. Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on our YouTube. And if you'd like to support the channel in other ways, head over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/savedatateam. You can throw us a couple bucks, get yourself a bunch of cool benefits, including getting your name included in this brand new Patreon song. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all our Patreons! Squat Coupler, Captain Malix Nani, Sparrow, Cuddy, Paulucha, and Sofino. HSM, Ernless, Marks, The Jester, Yane Love, Logan 01, Jack Warner. Witch Tower, Kevin, Asian, and Selfaria, Arky, Forensic, Beck, Nicole, Smart Alec, Mystic, Waddy. Leprechaun, Jacob Bell, Crimson, Chrissy, Victor Alexander, Shadowed Navi, Soul Masters, BBC, Watts and Riser, Sherlock, Sellert, Mr. Mocha Straw Breaker, Lucas, Flug, Godwin, Don Ruby, John Ashkin, Gilbert, H. the Heiress, and Boomer Emily. Plethora of penguins and who needs to sleep Alea, Yakta, S. Lalalitzi, JFJ, Nightwing, Ichiza, T, The Driver, 458, ATD. Maho Stars, Raspberry, Crest, Will Bed and Chosen, Din, Iquita, AC, Rhodite, Floppy, JC, Fox, and Tim. And as Bananas, LeByron, Siegfried, Haruka, Nayagi, Panic Ping, and Sheberstein, Cynthios, Hannah, Fluffy, Senpai, Nick, Necrosis, Elijah, Sly. It's official, Mr. Cola, Pastel, Sunset, Samurai, Anemo, Arrow, Monochrome, Gotcha, Average, a beat. Dessert Boy Man, Schmuggle Blart, Rick Rat, Dora Maple, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat. Conjuring, Scribes, Yo Croissant, Fofilla, Written Word, Ginkgo, and Sibylla. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all our Patreons. But folks, with that all out of the way, let's get back into the game. Also love this background right now. All right, we actually had like a perfect stopping point last time. We had a to be continued for the first time in forever. Good on us.
Continue. So, now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved.
Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
Smuggling them in, huh? Wait a minute. Smuggling. The smuggling ring. The Ring was a horror film in the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, the Black Eyed Peas were very popular.
Whoa!
Peas and carrots. Carrot Top. Carrot Top is a comedian. Oh my god!
Let's not give him too much credit.
Props.
He is a guy who attempts to do comedy.
Hey, listen, I love prop comedy. I'll give him that.
We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone.
Carrot Top
But before
salad.
we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more.
I love the idea that in this, like, unnecessary evidence has been removed, he throws the wet pick into the trash in front of Cage. He's like, come on!
Aww!
I found that trash just for you!
I'm just imagining the Toy Story Edgeworth holding the evidence over a trash can. I don't want to play with you anymore. No! Edgeworth, no!
Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bag gave us.
This piece of evidence from the KG-8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us.
I kind of wanted Edgeworth to be like, yes, we can put it into the VCR,
Nah.
but you want to stop Peak from being on this screen? Sure thing, sir. I'm good with technology. Remember that bit from that one game where I was good with technology? God, this is the oldest 20-year-old, 27-year-old, or whatever the fuck he is.
This man, it's Manny Cochin.
I do love that he's just holding the Yatagarasu card and a knife.
And a knife.
What do you have there, Manny?
A knife!
No!
And he's holding a knife in his hands.
This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building.
An apartment building? How do you figure that? Actually, you know something I'm curious about? I'm curious if... You see the, like, do not enter sign in the background there.
Yeah.
I'm curious if Japanese road signage is the same, or if that's something that they like edited for
they absolutely
this
edited
game,
Yeah.
and like made a do not enter sign, like an American do not enter sign.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they edited the what is it, the Mount Fuji thing into the Monument Valley.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
They
yeah.
edited the samurai dogs. Like, this is an easy.
That's just
fix.
one of those things that's like so minor that I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I wonder if like they took the time to even do that.
yeah.
Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG-8 incident.
How dare you, Francisca? You know I can't read.
And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claims that this piece of footage existed.
However, no one could find it.
Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano.
I know it's someone in her German accent, but I thought you said somehow some worm was able to steal it. Some verm.
Some
And I was like, God damn, Francisca.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Gumshoe, have you played an Ace Attorney game?
I have not.
I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient truth. Bit of footage to the ringleader.
Al Gore, reset the clock on Al Gore jokes. Pop off in the chat if you
Well,
even remember who Al Gore was.
Technically, that's a Michael Moore joke, actually.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Why did I associate Al Gore
It
with
had
an
to-
inconvenient truth?
Because inconvenient.
Look, I mean,
truth
Al
about
Gore is a huge
climate
pioneer.
change.
Al Gore is a huge pioneer for advocating the dangers of climate change.
Okay.
But Al Gore made it, yeah, but
What an idiot, am I right, guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think anyone. I legitimately set the clock back on Michael Moore references.
Yeah.
No one's fucking talked about
No.
that.
I haven't talked about Michael Moore in a long time.
You know what's wild? Because years ago I did the fucking Monty Python Spamalot musical tour, and that a reference to him is written in the script to that musical, which
Really?
dates it so hard.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
that's really rough dating wise. Like, just
Yeah,
rewrite it, somebody, please.
They updated it for the Broadway
Just
revival and
rewrite
took that
it.
reference. Yeah, just scrap the whole thing.
Rewrite the joke. Just make somebody... Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they did. They replaced it with TikTok.
Well, that also sucks. So. I don't like that very much.
Way?
Yeah. Hey, folks, go follow us on TikTok at SaveDataTV.
Yeah, it's all interconnected. You can't even tell the 4D chess we're playing with your minds right now to get you to like, comment, subscribe. Oh, we just did it again. Did you see that?
Where?
Wait, what was that?
Huh?
That bit you just played now. Please show it to me again.
I mean, it looked exactly like the other picture we saw before, but sure. Oh, it's a different picture entirely.
I'm sorry, it must be my eyes that are mistaken. This car. This is something we cannot overlook.
Why's that, sir?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
I mean, it's either the person in the back, which I'm assuming is supposed to be Manny Cochin, but the flag is what stands out.
You know,
to
it's
me.
an even better one. Just run the fucking license plate. Yeah, that'll tell you exactly whose car it is.
If only we knew a police officer that could do that, sir.
Blink, blink.
How tragic
blink,
that we don't.
Oh! Wait a minute, I don't think Missile can use computers, pal.
You think we could get Damon Gant out of prison to run these plates for us, pal?
This is the national flag of the Principality of Cadopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. I mean, that's not what that means. There's a lot of people who have American flags on their cars.
You slap a fucking flag on your car, yeah. Sure, man.
But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there?
Oh, yeah. Hey, this guy. Ah, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. So you two were here all this time.
I'm Miss Von Karma.
Oh, yes, you are, young man.
Ambassador Alba.
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was a tiny bit more careful.
Please don't hit yourself, sir.
This tragedy would never have happened. I'm truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. Or how careful you weren't.
You idiot carcass! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Oh, now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away. So I hope that you can understand how I feel.
But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Babylones police?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind.
Miss Von Karma.
Yeah, you know. It's got a funny accent,
funny.
too. It's,
Wait a
and
minute.
without my
You're
permission-
not Alabastian. You're Swedish.
And without my permission... and
It
without,
was you the whole time.
And without my
Hold on,
permission,
you caught me.
you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true. However,
As you said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land. So what if we took the crime scene and pushed it somewhere else? Is this really where our investigation ends?
Whoa.
Chifu! We found Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Thank God I always carry a spare pair of pants. There's a bullet hole in that last one.
Chifu, this way!
Nintendo Switch 2. Yo. Kind of... I like hearing him say yo, but I wouldn't expect him to say yo.
Yo!
Oh shit, where are my sunglasses?
I'm trying out a new thing. What do you think? I don't know if it's you.
People in your country say yo a lot, huh?
Agent Long, you're back on the scene rather quickly.
If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Long, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case, no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief. And so, under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. Let me say a prayer.
One of the Alabastian cops is just sitting behind him, picking his nose. He's like, oh yeah.
Working real hard, boss.
At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel.
Well, that's good. I don't know what you're getting at, though, but neat.
Did I tell a joke? That was a lot of laughing. No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder!
You!
No?
Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Long? Wolves don't lie.
they also don't talk, so they can't lie.
Did you guys hear they brought dire wolves back this week? That's a topical thing. That's a topical joke. Then who is it? Well, let me first say, I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all shih-na. Long C says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask II's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Franziska von Karma! Everyone just goes, huh?
I was the killer?
Hey, wait! But that's impossible!
Yeah. Although
now that you mention it,
that whip is actually quite... Yo!
Hold your tongue! And the ludicrous remark you were about to make.
You kind of proved my point.
If you don't want to be accused of murder, don't whip random people!
Especially
If you don't shut up, I'm going to murder you. In cold blood.
Okay, well,
That also doesn't help your case!
You're not doing a great job, pal.
Agent Long, are you seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Long C says, what are jokes?
Well, she says, wolves don't joke.
Wolves are known for having very little sense of humor.
Great senses of smell, though. Huh. Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. But furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Babel, did you not?
And where is your evidence that I am the killer?
I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show you them in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission?
No! Go away!
With...
You kids, get off my lawn!
Get off my theatrum neutralis! With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Well,
Good.
you did have a choice.
You
earlier
literally,
when
yeah, you were
said
literally about to end the
told
whole
us to
thing.
leave. So
Good. Then let's move out. Huh. And don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar. You can bet your Zheng Fa dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Or I'm going
Or
to
kill
murder
you.
Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
she seems rather upset. Not that I blame her.
I'd expect that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Agent Long. As someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Ooh, I like peanuts, pal.
Ooh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Halbast yet.
If you let Kay in, you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Calm is in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay.
Oh, pal, I don't want to save her. I want to lock her up for constantly whipping me and
I
taking
want
my
to see
pay.
her fry. Okay.
I hate you, Francisca. You're incredibly cruel to me.
The few months.
Maybe I should reevaluate my disciplinary actions.
Wait, really?
No.
No more whips.
The few months that Justice for All took case during were the worst months of my life, pal. Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go.
Oh yeah.
I could take on the Kool-Aid Man, pal.
As a
Fucking
detective,
try me.
I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
What? No!
They're the...
I just barely allowed you to do this. No, I'm not allowing children in there.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. Oh yeah, this room. How could we forget this room? Let me read a few donations really fast. Razorite Chris gifted $1 saying, let's not forget Carrot Top's less famous cousin, Tarot Cop. That's good! Give me Tarot Cop, the Ace Attorney character. Come on, Chad.
Yeah. Solves crimes with his tarot deck.
Yeah, and he's like, pulls out the deck and he's like, looks like today's just not in the cards for you. Huh.
Yeah.
What's
Time
your
for you
lunar
to
rising?
face.
Yeah.
Time for you to face judgment.
The Ten of
Pulls the
Cups.
judgment card.
I don't know what that means. I thought of a cool gimmick,
Well-
but I didn't learn how tarot works.
Let's
also
see what
like
card
that he-
it is. Oh, it's death. Guess I have to shoot you then.
Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then, the body of Damask II, Mr. Kashino. Oh shit, I just got that joke. Huh. Was found here in the Alabastian ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Prima Duck statue. Excuse me. And that this is actually Babel's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lung, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the... Excuse me, gosh. You know that thing where, like, I don't know, you work out in a way that, like, is very strenuous and your voice is, like, kind of fucked up for the rest of the day?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I feel bad.
Yeah. You got sandpaper throat.
Yeah. I ran a 5K today, chat. Be proud of me. Be proud of me. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country lines. Whoa, he caught the whip! That's actually sick as fuck!
Holy
What
shit.
the hell? I don't think you can do that in real life.
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed.
I mean, like, even if you caught it,
Also,
would still...
look at her face. She's like, oh, fuck. That's like that's my thing. You can't take my thing from me.
Hey now, You're an all-star.
You're a rock star?
Fuck!
Wow. I didn't brain that one.
Yep. Listen, I'll never fucking not get... Like, that song is so baked into my fucking brain. Look, sis. I thought I already told you. I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring. But shih-na certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
Wait, did he just say Did he just say this case isn't tied to the smuggling ring?
He did, which is kind of crazy.
Is he dumb? Is he dumb?
I mean, we know that.
Well, yes,
we know the answer
yes,
to
we
that.
know that. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine?
Edward, are you an idiot?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Francisca, you need to calm down.
It's a great thing to tell
Because you
someone
only
to
know
calm
that-
down. Let me just tell you
Yeah.
that. Works really well.
Because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask II.
You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Long. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation.
Yes, Francisca, you're going to jail, we know.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's get it started.
Yes, let's.
Bah.
Let's get it started in
Let's get it started
started in
in
here.
Border crossing weapons. One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Manny Cochin. And the murder weapon in the killings of Damask II is Babel's Prima Duck statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisca will remain a suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's possible. Your boss.
Agent Long, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth.
Also, seeing the tree of Carcass in this
Alva.
shot is fucking crazy. It's like peering over Edgeworth's shoulder in a very creepy way.
Don't tell me Long T never said anything to that effect.
Fucking got his asshole! You prosecutor! Who do you think you are, speaking about Long C's proverbs like that?
I don't need his proverbs. Because my words are all you will need to see the truth.
That's honestly, it's definitely a yo moment if there ever was. Also, how funny is it that there's just a fucking cross-examination section just called border crossing weapons? It feels, I know that this case is actually like a political, machinations whodunit thing, but like it feels very not Ace Attorney to see border crossing weapons. Huh. Okay, one of Alabast's knives is used in Babel. Murder weapon killing at Damask is Babel's Prima Duck statue. Somehow these two objects are able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. Only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. At the very least, I feel like press this to see if there's like any way they'll budge on other people. I don't know if either of y'all have a good idea. Or like something that's calling to you.
Not really.
Was Franziska really the only person to have traveled between the two countries?
According to the guards at both doors, she is the only one to go back and forth.
Well, what about us? We went back and forth.
Shut up.
Loads of times.
Did she whip her hair back and forth?
Yeah.
The sis there. What? No, you can't. You can't just say the sis there.
The sis.
That's spelled C-I-S. The sis there was in Alabast when the Yatagarasu showed. And then, just before you guys found Mr. Cochin's body, she entered Babel. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Babel.
Then how do you explain the Prima Duck's statue?
I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact that the two...
Maybe you should do that.
My logic is flawless. However, the fact that the two weapons crossed the border...
Except for the massive gap in it.
...proves that the killer must have also traveled across the country lines.
The only things to cross the border are the Prima Duck statue and the knife. Oh, maybe we have to prove something else across the border or something.
Oh, well...
I should hardly think that those are the only two items Agent Bond.
They swapped the statues. That's what it is. It's the Prima Duck statue. These two. Okay. Present. Because... Fuck,
Yeah,
which one is it?
One.
That's the one that
It would be
back?
that one.
Yeah, because it's burnt up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's
It says
originally
that
from Alabast, yeah.
Yeah.
Agent Long, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight.
Oh?
Damask II was killed with Babel's Prima Duck statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Prima Duck statue go?
To Babel? I don't know why I said it like
Precisely.
that.
To Babel!
To Babel!
To Babel!
Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies.
I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't
I don't
matter.
care.
It doesn't matter the number of items. Only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babel is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries?
I mean, the answer is no, but...
Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
I mean... Callisto?
Me?
Is that really so, Agent Long?
What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guard said. along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily.
But suppose there was some other way, other than through the theater doors.
What other way?
The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
It looks like you've got some clever idea in mind.
I do. And I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries.
Oh, the thing flying over the wall?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
I mean,
I don't know if anything else makes a lot of sense.
it's the thing where, like, I wouldn't pick this, but, like, I don't know what else it would be. The well, they said, is only on the one side.
Yeah.
And these only go between the same side.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that makes sense. Because I think he's getting at that it's the Yatagarasu.
Yeah.
And that's what we think that is. Even though I don't actually.
Yeah, right.
Agent Long, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo? Like I said before, it's a mid-show. Humans can't fly.
No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. Damn it. Well, he saw through my plan of attack perfectly and countered.
Wait, humans can't fly? Shit, those are inventions my plan.
This changes everything.
Wait, does that mean the hit song at the beginning of the film Space Jam was lying to me? I can't remember who wrote that song, but what an iconic beat. Am I right, folks?
Who did write that song?
It's somebody from that era.
Oh, it's R. Kelly.
No! Why did it have to be him? No!
I was thinking it was him, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, well,
Hey, listen.
fuck me.
It's still a banger song, unfortunately. That's one of those unfortunate things where you're like, sucks that he had to be
that
the one to
really
make
sucks.
that
That
song.
really hurts that film's legacy, huh? Damn.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, no, but
It doesn't hurt the film's legacy.
oh, that's brutal, though. That's brutal. And don't start claiming that shih-na somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
And I won't allow you to take back what you've said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. Or with wings, Long. What are you talking about? So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor.
How can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka!
Can't say that.
But is it superhumanly possible?
Or maybe it wasn't human.
Oh.
Very well.
Bird?
You will have your explanation.
It sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is...
Oh, can we do profiles?
Yeah?
No. No, we can't do profiles.
Also,
We can't do profiles.
We can't?
No, it won't let you present the profiles.
Oh, you're right. Also, goddamn, 72. Crazy. Okay, fuck.
Present the Yatagarasu calling card, maybe?
Well, I think we're supposed to show what's in... No, fuck!
This is the face behind the shadow!
Fuck me. I thought I said that you'd better have a good explanation. I can't make heads or tails of what you're trying to say with that.
Was I wrong?
I'm sorry, Edgeworth. Come on. Hurry and show me what that shadow that's flying through the air is.
Even had you not barked that at me, I would have gladly done so, Agent Long. I need to go over it one more time. The man-shaped shadow that flew through the air, wrapped in the darkness of the night.
Okay, it's the
Its
statue.
real shape can only be this one thing.
Let's hear it.
Oh yeah.
This is the one that got sent to the other side, so it's this one. Right?
Is it that? I thought the photo was taken from the Babel.
It's going the other way.
Yeah,
So
I thought.
Okay, yeah, I
this
yes,
one.
yes, you're right. It's this one. Take that. I think.
Okay, yeah. Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primadux statue replica.
You can't be serious.
The Yatagarasu, or rather, Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent shih-na, was inside Babel. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation.
I know I did.
She launched it through the air? And how exactly did she do that? I got halfway into the sentence before I saw that loading in, and I was like, well, I didn't prep myself for this launch.
And how exactly
did
she do that? No, that was him falling in a... He fell into the back rooms just then. And how exactly did she do that? He is literally baring his fangs at me. He is literally burying his fang. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? How exactly did it move through the air like that?
Fuck you.
As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Flashback!
Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
So just before the murder, Franziska was called here, right into this very room.
Is Franziska in the room with us right now?
Franziska, whip if you're in the room with us. She's here. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Long, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Ms. Von Karma.
Okay. Oh, what are you up to now, pretty boy?
You think I'm pretty? Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me.
It's like...
It was the fact that I'm pretty. Could you please repeat that for the record?
It really is the thing of, like, you know, obviously, Shu Takumi didn't intend for this series to be very queer-coded, but, like, they're fucking playing into it now. Come on.
But did he intend for it to be queercus code?
Ah, curse you, queercus!
You said that just before the murder occurred. Ms. Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer.
Yeah, I guess I did say something like that.
In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is.
Do you really think a criminal would tell the honest truth?
How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth! Don't tell me you suspect me too!
Francisca, no.
I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case.
All right. So, what would you like me to talk about?
I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room.
Alright, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl. No! No!
Faster than you can howl. That! As you wish.
Alright, let's talk about Francisca's bowel movements in Alabast. Or just her movements in Alabast.
As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Francisco, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail. I can do that by using the press button.
Assigned guard duty in Alabast. Saw the Steel Samurai off. That's really funny, but I don't think relevant. Returned to the Rose Garden and checked on the security situation. That could be relevant. And I was called back. Well, that's also definitely relevant. All right, let's press these last two.
Hold it!
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech?
For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
And in the end, the Yatagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow?
A shadow?
A shadow?
Calm down, Francisca!
Rare Francisca whipping Edgeworth moment.
She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself.
Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter.
Okay, what did you meet with Alba about?
At that time, Damas II's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct?
That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
Is Ambassador Alba large? I'm not under the impression that he is.
He seems rather small.
Yeah. Huh. A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants.
I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. All right then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. Okay, that's good.
So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time. Was in this room at the time, was he? I mean, we have the flowers in our evidence. Is that anything?
What does it say about them, though? The vines are...
Oh, there's a missing flower.
There's that, but also, am I crazy in saying that the stem, like the support for the flowers...
Oh,
it
these
looks
things,
like
yeah.
birds.
Holy shit,
No,
that's gonna be
I
relevant.
think we figured that out at the exact same time.
Wow.
If you hadn't said it on that sense, I was only gonna say, hey, don't we have those others? Don't we have those things in our evidence?
There's
somewhere?
two missing. There's two missing.
Yeah. No, we came to the exact same conclusion at the exact same time.
Okay. I mean, I don't think
that's anything right
yet,
now.
but I think
No,
it's
I don't
about
think
to
it's
be.
right now, but I think that's absolutely something.
Yeah.
Maybe a press, or it'll give us a hint to what we're supposed to go with this, but this is definitely something. Oh, shit.
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
The entrance to this room is on this side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct? Wait,
Damn, Edgeworth.
Isn't that not correct? That's a double negative. So I was just saying, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely heard people say that before, but it is weird. You're not wrong.
But it's just weird because you can also just say, isn't that correct? Like,
Yes.
is not that correct?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall.
I vipped him,
He moved.
and he got out of the way.
I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me. With a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose.
After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers.
Oh, that's where you were. That's where you learned that they're based on the Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
He had obtained them himself, you know, from Mel Gibson, and is growing them with
no!
the utmost care, you know.
No.
Oh, so the flowers are anti-Semitic?
Yes, I loved the movie The Beaver, starring Mel Gibson. Have you seen The Beaver?
I'm sick. No, I'm the beaver, Walter.
The plants.
Is it because it's like I'm made of wood?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was just referencing The Beaver because it's a memeable movie.
Very viewable movie, that is true.
The plants in this room, they are like my children. Fuck. Paul Grillo in the chat said, R. Kelly, Mel Gibson, it's a stream full of real winners tonight. Ah.
The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully, too. All 4 of them are in full bloom.
Okay, thank you, Franziska. You gave us the thing.
Wow, how very
Miss Von-
conspicuous is to say all 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Von Karma, what did you just say? What did you say just now?
I said that the flowers are growing beautifully.
No, after that.
What, you mean what?
No, before that.
What about that statement do you not understand?
I don't like these flowers.
What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony.
Very well. There are
Okay.
4 large passion flowers in full bloom in the flower box.
There we... No, I didn't mean to hit press. Fuck me.
I'd like to confirm this with you one more time.
Just
hold on. How many were there?
There were 4 passion flowers in bloom in that box, correct?
Miles,
Yes.
are you okay? You've asked me the same thing like 4 times now.
Yes,
I should
and
hardly think
and
I
if
would have
you look right
miscounted such an
behind me-
eye-catching flower.
if you look right behind me, you'll still see that there are 4 passion flowers right there.
I could do it myself, but it's not necessary because I'm quite certain that the 4 passion flowers are still right behind.
There must be a deeper meaning to this statement. And it appears that I must take a gamble on its meaning for me to make any progress.
God damn it. Video game we know. I'm sorry. I messed up.
The pre-product statues were already switched by the time the murder happened. In light of that fact, what Franziska saw in this room before the crime is of incredible importance.
Okay. Let me get through all the statements again. And 4 flowers, we present the picture of 2 flowers. Bye-bye.
Franziska,
Did you learn to count to
For some-
4?
for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence.
It does appear that way.
I hate when they do this piece of evidence thing. I'm like, wait, did I get it right? I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth? What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like that?
Okay, we're talking about the number of flowers in the pot. It's not relevant to her. Yes, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. Ah!
All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant.
Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Lol, no. Rips him up.